Detailed case summary. Plessy v. Ferguson is a landmark Supreme Court case that upheld the constitutionality of racial segregation under the separate but equal doctrine. The decision legitimized state laws establishing racial segregation in public facilities until it was overturned by Brown v. Board of Education in 1954. Background facts. Claimant, plaintiff, Homer Adolph Plessy. Defendant, respondent, John H. Ferguson, judge of the Criminal District Court for the Parish of Orleans. Facts of the case. Incident. On June 7, 1892, Homer Plessy, who was 7/8 white and 1/8 black, purchased a first-class ticket and boarded a whites-only car of the East Louisiana Railway. Plessy was technically classified as black under Louisiana law. Arrest. Plessy intentionally sat in the whites-only car and refused to move to the car reserved for black passengers when asked. He was arrested for violating the Louisiana Separate Car Act of 1890, which required separate railway cars for whites and blacks. Legal challenge. Plessy argued that the Separate Car Act violated the 13th and 14th Amendments to the Constitution. The case eventually reached the Supreme Court. Arguments in the court case. Plessy's argument. 13th Amendment. Plessy contended that the Separate Car Act imposed a badge of servitude in violation of the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. 14th Amendment. He argued that the law violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which guarantees equal protection of the laws to all citizens. State's argument. Police power. Louisiana argued that the state had the power to regulate railways operating within its borders as part of its police powers to promote the public good. Separate but equal. The state maintained that the Separate Car Act did not imply the inferiority of African Americans and provided equal accommodations for both races, thus satisfying the requirements of the 14th Amendment. Final outcome and legal justification. Outcome. Ruling. The Supreme Court ruled against Plessy, upholding the constitutionality of the Separate Car Act and establishing the separate but equal doctrine. Decision. The decision was 7-1, with Justice John Marshall Harlan dissenting. Legal justification. Separate but equal doctrine. The majority opinion, written by Justice Henry Billings Brown, held that the 14th Amendment was intended to establish absolute equality for the races before the law, but was not intended to abolish distinctions based on color or to enforce social as distinguished from political equality. Police powers. The court recognized the state's authority to enact laws requiring racial segregation in public facilities as long as the separate facilities were equal in quality. Dissent. Justice Harlan's dissent argued that the Constitution is colorblind and does not tolerate classes among citizens. He contended that the Separate Car Act was inconsistent with the personal liberties of citizens and the equality before the law required by the Constitution. Key concept implications. Legalization of segregation. Plessy v. Ferguson provided a constitutional basis for segregation laws, known as Jim Crow laws, leading to widespread institutionalized racism and segregation in many aspects of public life, including education, transportation, and public accommodations. Civil rights movement. The decision galvanized the civil rights movement, eventually leading to challenges against segregation and discrimination, culminating in the landmark Brown v. Board of Education decision in 1954, which overturned Plessy and declared that separate educational facilities are inherently unequal. Key lessons. Impact of judicial interpretation. The case illustrates how judicial interpretation of constitutional amendments can significantly impact civil rights and societal norms. Doctrine of separate but equal. It demonstrates the potential for constitutional doctrines to perpetuate inequality and the importance of continued legal and social advocacy to challenge and change unjust laws. Role of dissent. Justice Harlan's dissent highlights the importance of dissenting opinions in shaping future legal thought and laying the groundwork for future challenges to unjust laws.